Manchester United 2, Wolfsburg 1. An absolutely crucial win for Manchester United. Let's have the smile on the face. Just talking on the live comments there. Who's your man of the match? Get thinking about it. People are saying type 1 for Smalling, 2 for Mata. I'd throw Bastian Schweinsteiger and Darmian into that equation as well. 4 superb performances for Manchester United. And I thought Martial, again, was very good without getting a goal. But a massive win for Manchester United. Definitely a game of two halves, I would say that. But Ian saying there is, did Moscow win? They did. They won 3-2 against PSV, or that was the last I checked. But Manchester United needed the 3 points today. As I said, Wolfsburg, a decent side. First half, got that goal against the run of the play. I thought the first 5 minutes, we took control. They scored a very, very good goal. But Blind, Darmian and Valencia especially, awful. Valencia playing at right back. A lot of people wanted Darmian at right back and Young at left back. He was playing so deep, he needed an oxygen mask. He was playing the whole Wolfsburg team on side. Terrible. Positional sense of a bag of frozen peas. We saw it against Arsenal in the FA Cup last year. Unfortunately, with Valencia, you'll get 2 negatives. 1, he can't cross the ball, and 2, he will do that every now and again, play people on side. His positional sense, well, he makes Fellaini look like Maldini when it comes to positional sense. But 1-0 down. I said at half an hour mark, a lot of people were getting on Man United's back. We should have been 4-1 up. Rooney missed a sitter from 6 yard out. Memphis missed a diving header. Mata was putting it in the top corner and the defender flicked it over. Martial had a great run and just put it wide. If it had been 4-1 after half an hour, no one would have complained. We were very, very good. We just couldn't get that goal. And then obviously with the penalty, Mata steps up 1-1. And we go in at half time 1-1, don't we? Absolutely on top. Should have been in front. But we need to win. We come into the second half. Mata, delightful flick. Chris Smalling flying in there. Superb at the back. Chris Smalling, Mike, The Rock, whatever you want to call him. Really, really good. And we get in front 2-1. And then I would say, I'm blurting this out before I come to your comments. I would say if Bastian Schweinsteiger was a stamp, he'd be first class. He gets taken off on the 70-minute mark. We take our captain off and Wolfsburg come all over us. Not literally, but they do. And we invite them on and we hold out 2-1 like we do under Louis van Gaal, defended really well. But if Wolfsburg had got back into it, I would question why Schweinsteiger's coming off. He was my man of the match up there with Mata, absolutely superb. He was getting mad. He got his yellow card. I've not seen any midfielder like that since the days of Roy Keane. He really cares about the Manchester United shirt and really, really was driving the team on. Definitely the captain in the side. Rooney, and we'll come to him in a minute. Absolutely superb. But if he can't play, he wanted to play. You look at him moody on the bench after being taken off. Why are we buying Schweinsteiger if he can only play 70 minutes? I don't think I've seen him play more than that. It's a 90-minute game of football, Louis. You've got to trust him. Maybe he's resting him for the Arsenal game because he has to, because the carrot thing, that makes sense. But it could have cost us today. Fons Grant says, just class performances all around. What a lovely game to watch. Everybody 3 points. Everybody got every goal difference. I thought it was a fantastic game as well, Fons. Maldora won. Pereira made Memphis look like Ronaldo. Pereira's a young lad. He had a quiet game today. I was happy he came on, but he didn't do especially brilliant. MUFC Ben, Bastian was great, but not my man of the match. But we'll touch on man of the match there. It's got to be Mata, hasn't it? We said this after the weekend when he scored against Sunderland. His scoring to games ratio is absolutely superb. The flick to set up Smalling was brilliant. He had one that was going in the top corner as well. He steps up and takes the penalties when, Manchester United have had massive problems with that. You've got every confidence he's going to score. He's playing in that right wing position or right midfielder position. He's made it his own. He has to be man of the match, I suppose. But Bastian Schweinsteiger was fantastic. But when you only play 70 minutes, I understand why he wouldn't be a man of the match. Chris Smalling, again, running the back four, scored the winning goal and was a colossus at the back. So, yeah, big mention for him. Darmian, a bit iffy, but he did have a good game as well. And I thought Martial, absolutely fantastic as well. Causes defences so many problems. I remember the commentator saying, where have United found this lad? He's dangerous. He is absolutely dangerous and terrifies teams. He's so quick. He can run at people. He's skillful. He's going to be able to play anywhere across that top three. Memphis was disappointing. But there you go. Smalling was Neil Ord's man of the match. Akshat says he wants to kill Valencia. Didn't matter in the end, did it? And Ramsey United says Mata or Smalling would be his man of the match. And Michael shouts, Mata is brilliant without playing brilliant. I get what you're saying there, Michael. He was and he is brilliant, but you always feel he can do a lot more. Rooney, I can't defend Rooney today. I will say that I cannot defend him. I don't understand it. The miss was poor. There was no leadership there. He made a couple of good tackles. In fact, there was a comment I wanted to read out because it said, "What does Rooney have to do to get taken off?" And at Asmir7 tweeted me back and says, "Don't be a fool. Rooney has given his all to this club. We don't forget." Well, I'm sorry, mate, but I back Rooney, but I don't agree with that rubbish comment, to be honest. If you're not good enough, you get taken off. Memphis was taken off, not good enough. Valencia taken off, not good enough. Don't understand why Rooney doesn't get taken off. I think he needs it. I back Rooney. I think Rooney will come good. Rubbish again today. Nothing. Absolutely rubbish. The long ball's out to Valencia. Waste of time because Valencia can't cross, like I say. Effort, yes, it is there from Rooney, but ability, nowhere near good enough, unfortunately. I think it's time he needs to be taken off. I think he needs to be dropped. Schweinsteiger's the captain. Rooney's not our captain, apart from wearing it on his arm. He's not our captain. Schweinsteiger's the captain. Rooney, I don't think we miss Rooney if he gets taken off. I really don't. Wasn't good today. I'll leave it at that. Schneiderlin, terrible. Absolutely. Forget Rooney. Schneiderlin was awful. His ball distribution was terrible. He was lucky to stay on the pitch. A real worry, Schneiderlin, actually. I think he's regressed over the last few games. Carrick concerns me. Why is he always injured? But we're touching on the negatives there. But the massive positives, De Gea didn't really have anything to do. He's a world-class keeper. Smalling is a world-class centre-back at the moment. Bastian's world-class. Martial looks like he's going to be world-class. And Darmian's a very good fullback, and Mata as well. So we've got players who are accommodating for Rooney, is what I'm trying to say. And it's a massive 3 points for United. We've got to win our home games. We've beaten Wolfsburg. That's probably our most difficult home game. I'd be confident we can beat PSV in Moscow now, which will give us 9 points. And if we can go away to Moscow or Wolfsburg and get a point, that'll be enough to get us through. And we showed Europe tonight that we are a good side. I don't agree with us sitting back on the 70-minute mark and taking Schweinsteiger off, like I say. That was a real negative for me. But it was a risk and it worked. And Van Gaal got the points, and we cannot be too negative about that. Justin Hutchins says, Rooney is above Louis van Gaal in the club, has more power. There's definitely something going on. I don't know whether Louis van Gaal thinks he's going to get booed for taking Rooney off. I think he misinterprets. He's a clever man. I don't know whether he understands the Manchester United support and how divided they are about Rooney. And even people like myself who've been backing Rooney all season, and I know people like Alex and other channels have quite rightly been getting on Rooney's back. I've backed him all season, but if he'd taken him off today, I wouldn't be going, boo, why are you taking King Rooney off? I think he needs taking off. I think other players are compensating for Rooney. Martial, Mata, Schweinsteiger, Smalling, De Gea. Big performances for these players, and they are masking Rooney's ineptness. If those players were just playing under the captain, like a captain should be, like a Roy Keane or a Vidic or a Robson, somebody who absolutely grabs hold of the team and runs the team. That's Rooney's job. Everyone else is doing it for him at the moment, and so I'm not bothered if he gets dropped. I just don't think it's good enough. We need to get better. Says Felix, Bayern Munich would kill us. We are on a transitional thing this season. I will keep saying that, and we are moving in the right direction. LDLS says Rooney's finished. Not sure whether he is finished, but it does need to improve a lot. Han Solo shot first. Is Herrera injured? He is. I mean, that's another thing I would say tonight, and I did put it on my notes, and thanks for that, Han. Herrera injured, Carrick injured, Rojo injured, and somebody else was injured as well, wasn't they? Obviously, Luke Shaw. That's 4 first-team players essentially out, and we had Wilson and Pereira on the bench today. I want them to be there, but we had a lot of injuries today. We've got Valencia starting at right back, playing a Wolfsburg team who are probably the second best team in Germany behind Bayern Munich. A very good team, Wolfsburg. We beat them 2-1. We've come a long way. Look at last season. We were struggling. And the last few games, we're top of the league. Let's not forget where Manchester United have come from. It was only 2 or 3, 4 games ago when we were saying, oh, Louis van Gaal's boring. We're struggling against teams like Swansea. And now suddenly we're not overly happy with the result against Wolfsburg, where it wouldn't have been unfair for us to be 3-1 up at half time. We're definitely getting better. The people say about Louis van Gaal, oh, he's boring and he's not, we don't create any chances. That was put to bed today. Wolfsburg are a good European side. We've seen what English teams have been like in Europe. Arsenal, Chelsea last night. City struggling a bit tonight, getting the win. But English teams struggle in Europe. We've gone out tonight and we've done really well. We deserve to beat PSV as well. I think United, we should be proud of them in Europe, and we're getting better. And we're a young transitional side who unfortunately have got injuries again. It is disappointing, but a fantastic win. Let's be positive. The Rooney thing is a concern. Again, we seem to talk about Rooney every game. It's going to wander on. But I've got to say, Bastian Schweinsteiger, for me, I was so close to giving him man of the match, because when you watch football and you understand it, he was leading the game. He was dictating the play. He was flying in with tackles. He was showing passion. We have been crying out for in a Manchester United shirt, and he is showing it. He's absolutely superb. But I don't understand. I imagine it's because Carrick's probably not going to be fit for Arsenal that we needed to take Bastian off on 70 minutes. And that's the only reason, I'll give Louis van Gaal a get out of jail card. But fantastic win, over the moon with it. Memphis wasn't great, Schneiderlin wasn't, and Rooney was worse, says he, and I'd agree with that. Memphis is up and down. He really, but I do believe he will get better. But Rojo needs to steal Rooney's passport, then only Louis van Gaal will drop him, says Akshat. Something's going on with Rooney. I don't really understand what it is. How he gets dropped, I don't know. But we've won tonight, and we should be really, really pleased with that. And as I said, it wouldn't have flattered us if we'd been 4-1 up after half an hour. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Do like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the United Stand. It is your channel. And what we've got now is a very new thing that's going to happen in about 10 minutes. I will be flipping over onto the Mark Goldbridge channel. The link is in the video description. You can go there and wait for me now. It'll literally be about 5 minutes. And we've got our new player ratings video, which we're going to do after every match as well. This is the live reaction. I'm going to do the player ratings in about 5-10 minutes. Keep an eye on Twitter, but the link for that video is in the video description. Get over there and get commenting. I'll see you in 5 minutes and for that live. But Manchester United win, absolutely superb. Do comment. We always reply if you're not watching this live. It is your channel. It is the United Stand. And thanks to everybody for watching. See you in a minute.